What up, Russ Practically here, and earlier today, as of the time of recording this, Sony dropped another State of Play, and I gotta say, I hope I'm not the only one, but this shit kind of sucked. I don't know what I had in mind, but it was not what I just saw. You could tell by watching this that they had a clear objective of what they wanted to get across to the audience, and to their credit, they did that. So to start off this presentation, they waste no time letting you know that live service stuff is coming and that their rollout plan for all this shit is still full steam ahead. They start off with Concord, which is a 5v5 multiplayer hero shooter, or free gunner shooter as they want to call it. Sorry, whatever. We got a cinematic trailer for this, which honestly is one of the better cinematic trailers that I've seen. It doesn't show too much of like how the game operates, but it does let you peek into the world of the characters and all their personalities and how they operate, which was cool to see. But then we actually get into the gameplay. The devs talk about their game, which this is pretty much the only developer that talks about their game. The rest of the stuff shown here is just straight gameplay trailer or cinematic trailer, whatever. This is the only game where the developers come out and talk about their game. As well as there's only like 2 other people that show up and talk, which kind of makes me wonder why they even had people talk in the first place. Honestly, you could have just done without them and just let the game speak for themselves. But hey, I guess you wanted to show that people actually work here. So anyway, so they talk about their game. They put a real emphasis on gear usage as well as the asymmetrical characters, which every 5v5 shooter, every hero shooter kind of has asymmetrical characters. It's not really anything special to me. They also pointed out that they are trying to implement more story elements or more character elements into the gameplay. They mentioned like every week or so you're going to get like cutscenes that show what these characters do on their off time, which is cool. It's nice to see they're trying to put some kind of story in their multiplayer shooter. For those that want that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people that are playing this game probably won't give a damn, but it's there. We get a beta in July and the game is supposed to launch in August of 2024. That's what we got from the actual presentation. Now, if you head over to the PlayStation blog, which seems like they really want you to go over to the PlayStation blog for like everything that was in this presentation, because the presentation itself didn't really give a lot of information. So for Concord, there will be a roster of 16 distinct free gunners at the start. And of course that will grow over time. As you know, live service updates will come in throughout hopefully the years if this game stays active enough, along with the new maps, modes, cinematic vignettes. A lot of this sounds very familiar to, other hero shooters on the market. They haven't said anything / shown anything that really makes it stand out. Maybe besides like the integrated story that they're trying to tell here. Overwatch really came to mind when I was watching this. It looks cool, sure, but it hasn't given a reason why someone would choose it over the other. You guys can let me know. People that are more into the hero shooter scene, let me know what you think about this, because I'm not that deep into it, so I'm just speaking, outside looking in. That was Concord. That was the first game they showed off. And then next, we got the announcement that God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC. This wasn't really a big surprise. I'm pretty sure a lot of us knew it was coming fairly soon. They mentioned unlocked frame rate. They mentioned unlocked frame rates, ultra wide support is coming with the Valhalla DLC, which I'd expect it to. That's coming September 19th. Then we got a trailer for Dynasty Warriors Origins, which I never thought I'd see another Dynasty Warriors game. Okay, that's a lie. I never thought I'd see a Dynasty Warriors game in a major presentation. That's more like it. They said it's 2025 for that. If you played Dynasty Warriors before, you've seen what this game looks like, and you probably know how it's gonna play. They make a statement on the PlayStation blog that for the first time, you're gonna have like a nameless protagonist. So it seems like you won't be able to choose different heroes or different protagonists, different characters like in the previous games, or maybe it's just for like, maybe for just like the main story mode, there might be like another mode where you can do that. But for the main story, you're this nameless hero, as well as they're really talking about how they're using the power of the PS5 to put all the enemies on screen, which, okay, if you like Dynasty Warriors, which I do like Dynasty Warriors, I've played a couple of them. I find them fun, although I get bored of them really quickly, but I do enjoy them for what they are. So yeah, we got another one on the way, 2025. Infinity Nikki, this one was kind of weird. So the trailer didn't give much information on this game at all. But again, going to the blog post, this has been a franchise for like 12 years. Okay, I have never heard of this before. That's wild. This game specifically, you'll switch outfits to utilize different special abilities. Levels of blend puzzle solving, collecting, and platforming. And also I think we saw some combat in the trailer. I don't really have too much to say on this game. It seems fine. It seems all right. Coming out in Q3 of 2024, or the beta test will start in Q3 of 2024. I don't think we got an actual release date for it. Ballad of Antara. So all we really got from the trailer was a look at some of the gameplay. It seems like some kind of action RPG coming out in 2025. As we go to the blog post, it seems like you'll be venturing through 2 different versions of the world, the normal version and what they call the Para version. Kind of seems like, you know, similar to like A Link to the Past, or what's the game that just came out? Was it Lords of the Fallen? Was Lords of the Fallen where you had to kind of peek into the other world to like solve puzzles and stuff? There are multiple playable characters, each with their own unique classes and gameplay and capabilities, as well as their own stories that they have to tell. And also, addition to the single player narrative, there's also a support of 3 players. That's something I didn't see. So with multiplayer, you'll be able to take on story quests, explore the land, and of course, after the game is released, they plan on to keep updating the game. Although they say they'll upgrade it with new zones as well. So I'm not sure if like this is like an open world type deal, or if like you go to a specific zone and you kind of just explore that until you like clear it out, and you know you have the 2 versions. That's not very clear. The trailer looked pretty nice. The combat looked pretty cool. And yeah, the fact that you have multiple playable characters will add some variety to this. I'll definitely like to see more of what this game is. So yeah. All I got to really say about that. And then we went into some PSVR 2 stuff. I don't have a PSVR 2, so none of this shit really matters to me. But if you do, they showed Behemoth, kind of like an action adventure combat game, and with a lot of big creatures that you can fight, that comes out in fall 2024. Then they also showed Alien Rogue Incursion, which is coming out holiday 2024. This is essentially just Alien Isolation, but in VR. That's basically what, at least from the trailer, that's what it looked like. But these games kind of seem self-explanatory. Moving on, we got another live service game, Marvel Rivals. Now this game has kind of done its rounds on the internet quite a lot. You either like it or you don't. A lot of people seem to like it though. I have not personally played it. Again, I am not the target audience for this, but the trailer made it look cool. Again, Sony pushing the live service agenda. This is a 6v6 hero, I guess you can't say shooter, but maybe it 6v6 team-based PvP game. The big reveal for this was that its closed beta test is coming out in July. We also saw a couple characters in terms of Venom and Adam Warlock. It also seemed like there was a Black Panther tease at the very end. I'm not sure. There's not too much else to say about this. Everybody's kind of already got their hands on it and kind of talked about it to length. Then we got another look at Where Winds Meet. This game, when we saw it earlier, I was very impressed by. This time around, we got to see more of the boss gameplay and then cinematic stuff mixed in with that. But besides that though, like we didn't really get too much more information on it. Just the fact that it still exists. Don't know if we really need to see this trailer per se. Kind of question the point of this trailer besides just another look at the game. This seems like a trailer you could have just put out instead of like putting it in a presentation where, you know, we expect, you know, big things to happen. Then after that, we got Until Dawn coming to PC and PS5 in fall 2024. They are pushing this game everywhere. Yeah, Until Dawn, great game. If you haven't played it, you've got plenty of chances to play it now. Yeah, so go ahead and do that. Path of Exile 2. This is a free-to-play action RPG / dungeon crawler coming from Grinding Gear Games, coming to PS5. Although it is coming in early access in late 2024, so not a full release, just early access. They hit a few key points here, including couch co-op, which I don't really know who does couch co-op anymore like that, but you know, I'm always happy to see it. It's good that it's there. As well as cross progression. That's probably the big thing. Cross progression is also included in this game. Path of Exile 2 will feature 12 character classes, 2 for every combination of strength, dexterity, and intelligence. There's a new skill gem system, which features 240 40 skill gems. Holy shit. Every area in the campaign has a boss encounter with over 100 bosses to fight as you make your way through the X. Oh my god. And then there's an end game on top of that. 6 act campaign after the conclusion of Path of Exile 2 that includes more than 100 in-game maps, each with its own boss. Yo, that's a lot, bro. Yeah, this game seems to have a lot in it, and it's free to play. And they say never pay to win. That's everybody kind of has to say that. How fair and how grindy is it? That's the next question. Up next, we got Silent Hill 2 Remake. They showed a lot of gameplay this time around, as well as we got a better look at the voice acting. The post really just talks about how they've kind of tweaked the game in order to fit the new camera, the third-person camera, as opposed to the, I guess, the pulled back camera of the original game. And as well as they for whatever reason they decided to put the standard and deluxe edition details in this post. That's cool. All right, just tell me how to waste money. I love that. Thank you, Sony. Silent Hill 2 looking like it's shaping up to be a great remake. Hopefully it is, and we'll see when that comes out, October 8th, 2024. Okay, and then we gotta look at Monster Hunter Wilds, which we got a sneak preview at the Game Awards, but we got more of an in-depth look this time around. It seems like they're putting a lot bigger emphasis on the story in this game. I know there was more story injected into Monster Hunter World, but this time it seems like they're really going in on that. Now, it could just be for the trailer, and when you actually get into the game, it might not even matter all that much. But at least it seemed like it. The battles with the monsters also seem to be a bit more cinematic, or at least there seem to be more cinematic actions when fighting the monsters. It looks like some of the environments probably are more dangerous than they have been before, as opposed, like, there's always been like, conditions or weather conditions in Monster Hunter, but one in particular they showed where it's like lightning strikes. Seems like, that can actually like hurt you now. As well as just, makes the battles look cool. This comes out in 2025. This is gonna be fine. This is gonna blow up. This is gonna pretty much blow everything out of the water that's around it. I haven't gotten into Monster Hunter World because I just don't have the friends to do that. But yeah, then the last thing we got was Astrobot. This is a follow-up to Astro's Playroom, which was the pre-installed game for your PS5. They made a full-blown game out of this character because apparently everybody really wanted one. I've heard people talk about how they wanted another Astro game, and they actually did it. And this is probably the best trailer of the whole presentation because they showed a lot. There's a lot going on in this trailer. If anything, this trailer shows you that this game is content rich. So in this game, there's 6 galaxies with over 80 levels to explore. Holy shit. And in the trailer, you can see him speeding all over the place. Like, they're punching shit. There's a whole bunch of different boss fights. He has a dog. He's dressed as Kratos. He's dressed as Nathan Drake at one point, I'm pretty sure. And yeah. There's quite a bit. Over 15 new abilities offering unique play styles. Over 70 new types of enemies, apparently. Including massive bosses at the end of each galaxy. So like I said, there's 6 galaxies, so six bosses and maybe a couple more, who knows. Yeah, that's yo, that if you wanted more Astro, you got a lot of it, and you should not be disappointed. This game looks like it's going to be a really good, or if not good, like it's gonna last a good, I don't know how to say it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But it just seems like, they really went in on this game. They really put time and effort into this game. And I hope it turns out to be as good as everybody wants it to be. Because, yeah, they did not have to do this, but they did it. And from the trailer, it looks good. It looks really good. But yeah, that was it. Overall, the state of play was kind of eh. There were quite a few things that stuck out, which were Astrobot, Monster Hunter Wilds, for me, Where the Winds Meet. Maybe you could put Silent Hill 2 Remake in there, but that's about it. Everything else was kind of just like, okay, live service or like a port coming to PC or VR. And that shit, like, I mean, most of us have already played it or we don't care. And to be honest, like, if it wasn't for the blog post, like a lot of this stuff they showed, you didn't really get a good sense of what it was, or, they didn't show quite enough. Like, I don't know, like this just, it didn't hit. It wasn't like a big, oh my God moment here. A lot of what they showed was just like, okay, you know, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. Even like the games that I said were decent, like I was like, all right, that's cool. That's pretty cool. I wasn't like, wow. Concord Galaxy, live service, okay. God of War Ragnarok, port. Dynasty Warriors Origins, okay, we saw gameplay, but that's not coming till next year. And we kind of already know what Dynasty Warriors plays like. If Andy Nicky, that just doesn't speak to me, okay? I just don't care. Ballad of Antara, again, not till next year. PSVR 2, don't have one, so don't really care. Marvel's Rivals, live service, looks cool, but live service, and I don't really care for those type of games. Where the Winds Meet, looks cool, but didn't really do anything. Kind of like, why was this here? Y'all didn't really say anything else. Y'all just showed more gameplay of it. So I kind of just questioned why it was in this presentation at all. Until Dawn, port. Path of Exile 2. If you're into that, cool. Silent Hill 2 remake is still going. That's cool to see. We got a release date on it. That was good. I'm not the biggest Silent Hill fan, so it doesn't move me all that much, but I will say that's probably one of the bigger things that came out of this presentation. I'm not going to deny that. Monster Hunter Wilds, again, that was one of the bigger things in this presentation, and we got quite a good look at it, so I would say that's a positive. Astrobot is another positive, because that was a lot more than I think anybody was really expecting. So we got 3 positives in this whole thing. The rest of it was just like, okay, and whatever. So I would say this is a bit of a disappointment. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. It wasn't this. It really wasn't. Again, that live service agenda is really on display here with Path of Exile, Marvel Rivals, Concord. Hell, even Ballad of Antara is going to have some add-ons put onto it. So we see where they're trending with this. But yeah, that's about it, man. I don't really have much else to say about this. What did you think of this state of play? Was it disappointing to you too, or was there a lot that you were excited about? Let me know in the comments down below if you were excited for anything at all. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't already and want to see more content like this, please subscribe, share the video, and like it. And also as well, follow me on all my social media links. You can find links to that in the description below. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. So I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm Russ, practically out. Later.